In the previous video, we are talk about how to find standard deviation for ungrouped data with assumed mean and without assumed mean. Today video, I am going to teach you how to find standard deviation for group data with assumed mean and without assumed mean. This is the equation to find standard deviation for group data without assumed mean. Now you can see we need to find sigma fi. To find sigma fi, we need to add all those frequencies. The fi is 35, and then you can see we need to find xi. To find xi, what we have to do is we need to take these class intervals and then divide it with 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now here 5, 10, 20 is 30 divided by 2, it is 15. Here 30, 20 is 50, 25, and then 30, 40 is 70, 35, and then 90, 45. Now we need to find x bar. X bar means mean of this group data. To find mean of group data, we have a equation sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi. To find x bar, we need to find sigma fi xi. 25, 8 times 15. Now you can see the sigma fi xi is 865. Now you know sigma fi xi and sigma fi. Now we can populate this value to this equation. 865 divided by 35, 24.71. The mean value for this group data is 24.71. X bar 24.71. X bar is 24.71, and you can see we need to find xi minus x bar. Xi x bar. Now x bar is 24.71. xi means we need to take 5 and 15. We need to go through all these xi's. Minus 19.71. Now here minus 19.71, and then we need to find the value for 15. It's 9.71. Now here minus 9.71. Now you can see we need to find xi x bar squared. To find xi x bar squared, now this is xi x bar. To find a square, we need to find 19.71 square. That means 19.71 times minus 19.71. Minus it will become plus, and then 19.71 times 19.71. It's 388.48. 388.48. Likewise, you need to find squared for all these values. We need to find fi xi x bar square. We need to multiply value of this row and value of this row. 5 times 388.48. Likewise 5 times 388.48. Likewise we need to find all the values. You can see I have calculated all the fi xi x bar squared values. I also calculate the sigma fi xi x bar squared values. That means sigma fi xi x bar squared means sum of all these values. To find fi xi x bar squared value, you need to multiply fi with this value, this column with this column, and then you will get this value for each row. And then to find sigma fi xi x bar squared, you need to add all the values in this column. Now you will get final value. Now you know value to here, it is 97434, and sigma fi you know 35, and then we need to find the square root of that value. 157.06. We need to find the square root of that value. The value is 12.53. So the standard deviation for this group data without assumed mean 12.53. To find standard deviation with assumed mean for group data, we have an equation. Now this is the way to find standard deviation for group data with assumed mean. Now assumed mean we have given as a 25. Now this is the output what we got by the previous equation without assumed mean. Now you can see we need to find fi di squared. Now we have fi already and we need to find di. To find di we need to subtract xi with assumed mean. To find xi we need to use this class intervals. 10 minus 0 it is 10 divided by 2 it is 5. 30 15 30 20 50 50 divided by 2 is 25, and then 30 40 70 35, and this is 90. Find di. We can take xi column 5 minus assumed mean always 25 minus 20, and then this is the value for di. Now we need to find di squared. To find di squared, I will take first value 20 times minus plus 20 times 20 400. Likewise you need to find all the values for di. 10 times 10 100 is plus 100 0 100 400. Now you need to find fi di squared. To find fi di squared we need to multiply this column with this column. That means 5 times 400, 8 times 100, 10 times 0 always 0, 7 times 100, and then we need to calculate sigma fi di squared. Sigma fi di squared means we need to add all the values in this column. And then we need to find sigma fi value also. Sigma fi value is 35. Also we need to find phi di value. To find fi di we can use this f column and di column. This column we need to multiply 5 times minus 20, 5 times minus 20 minus 100, and then 8 times minus 10 minus 80, and then 10 times 0 10 times 0 and 7 times 10 70, and 5 times 20 100. We need to find you can see we need to find sigma fi di. Sigma fi di. We need to add all the values in this column, fi di column. Now minus 100 cancel out minus 100, and then minus 80 cancel out, minus 80 plus 70, the remaining is minus 10. So the sigma fi di value is minus 10. Now we can find standard deviation sigma fi di squared. Here sigma fi di squared value is 5500 and sigma fi is 35. Sigma fi is 35, and then sigma fi di is minus 10. We need to divide it with 35 and it's a square, and we need to find the square root of that value. Let's simplify these two. 12.53. We will get 12.53. Now you can see this result we have got by using assumed mean, and this result we got by using without assumed mean. Both the way are correct. If you have given assumed mean, you can use this equation. If you have given to find standard deviation without assumed mean, you need to use this equation. This is the equation to find standard deviation for group data. This is the equation to find standard deviation for group data without assumed mean. This is the equation to find standard deviation for group data with assumed mean.